Good morning, everyone. I'm Reverend Trish from the Center for Spiritual Living in Eugene, Oregon, and I want to welcome you for joining us this morning and thanking you for giving yourself such a gift of being and taking the time of recognizing how important you are. I'm going to invite us to begin this day with a deliberate idea in mind. I'd like you to put down and release all that waits for your attention, all the things on your list, all the people you need to see, and just take a moment for breathing in. And as you do, I'm going to invite you to lift your shoulders. As you breathe in, lift your shoulders up close to your ears. And then as you exhale, drop them. I'm going to invite you to do that 3 times. So let's begin. Raising your shoulders as you breathe in. And exhaling, drop them. Again, breathing in, raising your shoulders. Hold for a moment and then drop. And the last time, breathing in, hold and release. As I know that we are always in our right and perfect place, at each and every moment of our lives, that this is the time to refuel our spirit and our soul, to take a moment out of every day and to sit in the willingness to allow the things that Spirit wants you to hear, that your soul needs to be reminded of, that this is your time to reconnect. In this moment of time, which will never be again, I know that as I speak my word for everyone. That in releasing all that has been, and just being present, being in this place, being in this moment, I give myself the gift of connection. I connect with all that has been created, all of nature, as I live it and experience it and enjoy the gifts of the universe. I need not rush. I need only to see, to feel, to let go. I live in the beauty of this world. I see the sun even when there's a cloud in front of it. I see the flowers before there is rain. I find myself in the flow of life. neither making it go in a certain way or to show up in a certain time, but simply standing in the inner truth of knowing that I am part of everything. I open my arms wide and I embrace all of the beauty that I see. I embrace every flower, every leaf, whether on the tree or on the ground. I bless it. I love it. I am connected to it. The water in the rivers. As I watch the movement and the ripples of the water, always traveling, always moving, I know I am part of that. I am part of that creation, for I am created out of the same, the universal creator. I breathe in all the beauty that I see. Whether it is in front of me, around me, or only in my mind's eye, I claim that beauty. I see it, I know it exists. When I take all of the moments in my life and I look at them as a puzzle, with every experience being one more piece, I see that they are intertwined. That it is all connected. And I know that I am here, for I am part of this beauty. I am the being that expresses the qualities of the one divine creator. As I look around me, I recognize that life is good. That as I open my mind to accept what I see as simply an experience event, I know that I add to it for my love and understanding the energy and the love that helps create it in its finest form. For love washes everything clean. For loving the inner self for loving yourself, for being present. This is the moment of your greatest unfoldment. This is the moment of truth. This is the moment of your greatest creativity as you design the life that you are here to live. Wherever I go, I find an example and an expression of who I am inside, what my beliefs are, what my fears are, what my doubts are, what my strengths are. And as I show up as that loving, open, compassionate, understanding, joy-filled expression, then things around me change to demonstrate and to show me the results of my inner thinking. Happiness and joy, beauty and love, those are part of who I am and have always been part of me. For I am life. I am life expressing, and I choose to be part of life expressing wherever I look, whatever I see. I add my joy. I see it as complete and whole and perfect. And what I see reflected back to me is those things, those same words, those same feelings, those same frequencies. When I look in the mirror, I look deep in the mirror. I look into my eyes. I look to see deeper into what is this form. And I take all the moments in my life and understand that these moments connect the dots. And I can see the intertwining and understand my life experience, my emotions, my learning lessons as I've gone through life. And for the first time, I understand why I am here. Why I am here. Not why am I here. As I allow the universe to fill me with the greatest of love and blessings, I accept them and live from them and move back to them whenever I feel anything that is other than those. Joy and love and peace and beauty and light and life and abundance and health. That is what I am created out of. That's what the universe is created out of. And everywhere I look, I see the universe. Embrace these words during the day. I invite you to do that and to know that you're wonderful. You are lovable. You are better than you can ever be, and you are more than enough. With blessings, I send my love to all of you, and know that this is a beautiful, beautiful day. And so it is. Namaste.
Eugene. Can you hear me now? This is still Center for Spiritual Living Eugene, and my name is Radiant, and this is Alice. I guess I could have let her say that. Whatever. We are grateful members of your Joy Notes song leading team. If you have any interest in leading songs and helping out, we're always looking for joyful contributors to help out. And if you are willing and able, please rise and sing a couple songs with us. God's so much more than the earth or the stars or all of creation. God is creator, make all in all, needing us to shine its light as me, as you, so use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Command my hands, what must they do? Command my life, it's here for you. God is the love that heals all creation. God is creator, makes all things new, and God needs us to shine its light as me, as you, so use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. God needs us to shine its light, and God needs us to shine its light, and God needs us to shine its light as me, as you, so use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. And so it is. If you'll please turn to your neighbor and greet them. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. And now, if you'll return to your seats, we'll sing our second song. The God in me beholds the God in And if you want to, sing it to your neighbor if you know the words, or you can hum mistake. All is beautiful. All is well. All is beautiful. All is well. The God in me beholds the God in you. Namaste. The God in me beholds the God in you. Namaste. All is beautiful. All is well. All is beautiful. All is well. And so it is. Thank you for coming to celebrate this beautiful Sunday service with us. And if you have any devices, please silence them now.
Good morning. A little taller than Radiant. My name is Kathy Geeson. I'm presider for the day. And welcome to all of you who are here with us in person and to those of you who are with us online. It's a new thing that we have learned to say in the last year or two, welcoming people online, and as Radiant said, silencing your washing machine or whatever so that you're in a space to take in this presence. Today is September 11th, and this morning again I heard all the names being read. There's just so much in this world, and it's nice to sing this song, All is Beautiful, All is Well, and know that right here in our space, in my soul, all is well, all is beautiful, and just blessings to all the people who lost people that day and still suffer and grieve. And Queen Elizabeth, and there's just a lot going on in our world, a lot going on. I think every month that I've been up here, I bring this little magazine, The Creative Mind, Spiritual Guide for Spiritual Living. And this month it's called Reclaiming Our Humanity. Actually, that's an article that's written by Mark Nepo. And just for fun, I brought my Mark Nepo book, which is well used. I bought it in 2010, and just every time mark the year, because things mean different things each year that I read the same passage. So it's a wonderful book. And the article that he wrote about reclaiming our humanity is really great as well. And one of the things that he said that I had never heard before was that he discovered that the Hebrew word for blessing means more life. So when we say bless you, you're saying more life to you, more life. So that's really beautiful. And the other thing he talked about in this Reclaiming Your Humanity is, he says, he's talking about technology and how that, and the pandemic, and how some of that has kind of taken away our humanity. And he just says at the end, in conversation with a friend or a loved one, explore one specific way you can break the isolation of technology to restore your sense of direct relationship. And one specific way you can welcome other views and reestablish a clear and common sense of reality. And I'm going to give a very brief example because it involves Reverend Linda, but when the Oak Ridge and Westford fires were going on, we have a former congregant who lives in Westford and Sister V who lives in Oak Ridge. So we were texting back and forth, and all of a sudden I just called her because and I started to cry, and I heard a voice. I mean, I just said, I need a friend. So that's one way that we can, and I don't know about you guys, but I am afraid to call people sometimes. Oh, I should text. Oh, I should text. Well, that's not, I'm not saying it's not humanity, but anyway. So I like Mark Nepo and what he said, and if you get a chance to pick up this copy or read this, it's great. So, I'm not the talk for today, sorry. Welcome to everybody new, visitors. It's really nice to see some children in our audience today. We haven't had kids here for a long time. It's great to have them. Welcome, welcome. So anybody new or has new information, there is a blue sheet out on the foyer table. If you would fill that out, please. Our Wednesday What's Happening email that comes once you give your email is fantastic for letting people know what's going on, not just about this Sunday service, but everything else as well. I'm going to read the Declaration of Principles. This is number 11. It's very brief, it's very concise, it's great. Personal power. We believe in the control of conditions through the power of this mind. We believe in the control of conditions through the power of this mind. Our practitioner of the day is Reverend Trish Mackey. And before she comes up to lead us in an affirmative prayer, we're going to stand and sing the tapestry song, right? We are one. Thank you.
Please stand if you are able. We are one. We are one. I am you. You are me. We are one. And in this unity, we all live in harmony, and peace has come. For we are one. We are one. We are one. I am you, you are me, we are one. And in this unity, we all live in harmony, and peace has come. For we are one.
I want to invite you to just let go, just to relax, to allow the feeling of sitting in the chair to be the thing that you focus on, to feel that support. As we live our lives moment by moment, I know that this moment I have chosen to give myself a gift, to surround myself with people and words and music and openness and acceptance. That I have chosen to give myself the gift of being present and to recognizing that the self-care that I need is always what is inside of me to be revealed, to be nurtured, to be expressed. Right here, I know that this is my moment of power, of creation, followed by every other moment. For I am always the one who chooses. I am always the one who receives. I know that the gift I have given myself today has been to be in this sacred place, a place called Center for Spiritual Living in Eugene. And whether I am sitting in a chair in the sanctuary or I am sitting at home watching, I know that I am part of that center, that I am there and surrounded by everyone, that we all touch each other's lives by our energy and show up as an example of the divine. Right here, in this moment, I make that choice to have that experience, to design it, to be in it, to be part of it, to be surrounded by it, to understand that I live from it. As I open myself up to the newness, the expanded version, the revised edition, then I grow in that understanding and that all beliefs that have limited me no longer exist. Ernest Holmes said, "Our beliefs set the limits to our demonstration of a principle which of itself is without limit. It is ready to fill everything because it is infinite." So it's not a question of its willingness, nor of its ability. It is entirely a question of our own receptivity. I live in a world that is created by a divine intelligence, where all of my needs are met, expanded, overlapped, enjoyed, peaceful, beautiful, because I choose it, I receive it, I open myself up to it. And I have begun today to do that by being present within the sound of my voice. I simply remind myself and all those who hear that it is an inside job. And the job is to show up as what I have always been, and to stop asking a question, but switching this question around. Now I know why I'm here. Not why am I here. I am here to be me in all of my glory, in all of my inner self, of all of my givingness. For as I give, I always received, pressed down, and overflowing. And together we say, and so it is. Namaste.
Thank you so much, Reverend Trish. Something else that I read in one of the affirmations or something is just I am divine just because I am. I am divine just because I am. I don't have to ask, why am I here? So thank you for that at the end of your affirmative prayer. So our September affirmation is next, and I will read it aloud. You can follow along, and then I'll ask you to join me if you choose. My life is a wonder-filled experience. As an expression of the infinite, the dream of spirit is alive in me. The work of my soul is creating a life that matters. with me, please, if you choose. My life is a wonder-filled experience. As an expression of the infinite, the dream of spirit is alive in me. The work of my soul is creating a life that matters. And speaking of, that's the title of Linda's talk today, Creating a Life That Matters. Thank you to Ona Chambers for holding high watch. And we're just so blessed to have this house band that we have of Matt, Mo, and Paul. And they're here, you know, accompanying other special musicians, but it's really nice to have them gift us with a gift of their music today. So thank you.
And now we'll go into a short meditation. After we sing this short song, please uncross anything you have crossed and have your feet flat on the floor. And when we're done singing, feel free to close your eyes or have a downward gaze and know that this is a safe place. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am opening.
is ready to receive.
Today I am awake, aware, and open. To the life that is mine to live. Today, I am awake, aware, and open to the one life being lived in me, through me, all around me, in everyone I meet, in everything I see. This divine life is. So everything is sacred. On the days when I forget, I stop and breathe and remember it's all good because it truly is all God. And we are one. I am grateful to remember that wherever I am, God is. Wherever I go, I am on sacred ground. And so I simply let my life be. I let go. And I let God and good be alive in me. And I let it be so, and so it is. Thank you to everyone who's here. I'm reading an interesting book that I started a while ago, and then I set it down and just sort of forgot about it, and then I picked it back up this week and started in. And it was really, I guess I needed it right now. I needed to wait to read this until now. The chapter I was reading was on perspective, and how perspective means both getting up close and personal, so that I'm not looking at something as just a big picture problem, but how it impacts everybody. But that I don't get so caught up in how it's up close and personal that I don't get back and see the big picture of where this is all leading. And so it's a movement, it's a dance between being close and being far. We have 21 years of perspective on 9/11, and it all means different things to different people. And I am trying to be a big picture person here and see everyone's viewpoint. And for all that was lost, there were some things that were gained in how we see ourselves. Originally, when communities began forming, the tallest building was the house of worship. The house of worship was taller than everything else around it. And over the years, over the decades, over the centuries, governmental buildings and monuments became the tallest buildings. And when you came up, the tall building would be the courthouse, the county jail, the places where the government was operating and functioning. And it has then evolved through time that the tallest buildings became the buildings of commerce, the buildings of trade, the buildings of money. And it's not lost on me that the people who attacked this building began 10 years earlier trying to set off a bomb down in the parking garage. In the 90s, that happened, and we tend to forget that what was really being fought was not necessarily us, but commerce, and what it represents when we lose track of who we are and why we're here. I'm not pretending to answer it, but I'm just asking us to look with a slightly different perspective on what it is that is happening in our lives in every way, shape, and form. Another perspective for me is the Sunday after Labor Day marks the first Sunday of my ministry. I started my center in Petaluma on the first Sunday after Labor Day in 1999. And so this, for me, is a very sacred day in my ministry. It's the anniversary of my ministry. I can't tell you what day it was on that year. I think it was the 9th, if I'm not mistaken, but everything has a different meaning to everybody, and that's just what I want us to start thinking about is if somebody says something that makes no sense to me or that angers me or pushes my button or clicks one of my triggers, what does it mean to them? What are they saying? How is this impacting them in a different way than it is me? To just be able to say, there are more than one way to see everything. So this, as Kathy led up, we're doing Creating a Life That Matters. We're this year living everyday wonder, trying to find the wonder, trying to find the joy, trying to find the magic in every single moment. And this month, it is about work, and work not necessarily as our career, work not necessarily as what we get paid to do, but as what has been known as our vocation, the whole idea of vocation. And I read something rather funny that someone rather bright, and I forget who it was, so I can't attribute, but it says, you really need to create a life so that your vocation becomes a vacation. That I am doing something that I love so much, I feel like I'm on vacation when I'm doing what's mine to do. I want to create a life that I don't need a vacation from. And so, as we look at what vocation literally means, when we go back to the Latin word, it comes from the word vocare. The root word basically has two meanings. Number one is voice. Our vocation is our voice. It's how we speak of who we are. But a vocation is also a call, what we are called to do. Ministry is considered a vocation. It is something that you wake up to one day and say, oh my gosh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is what's mine to do. And I remember that day on a Tuesday at Asilomar, my first year there in 1994, going, pardon my French, but it was holy, I'm supposed to be a minister. And that's a really odd calling. It wasn't, pastoral and brilliant lights. It was just, oh my God, and the things that everyone had been telling me, I finally got. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is what's mine to do. And so I want to talk to you a little bit. I want to share these words as they're written because I got these from a website on, looking up what's the root word of. But it really, really spoke to me. Vocation is an accurate reflection of a deeply embedded human longing to be engaged in a vocation, in a work. Not just any work, but in one that speaks to us, that calls us to something that transcends our individual existence, something that's bigger than we are. Vocation is therefore about listening to the voice of spirit that lies within and allowing it expression in, through, and as us. Letting your life speak is about making room in your soul for the signs and messages in and around you to lift you up. When your life speaks to you, it invites the truth to be known first in you, by you, then as you. As the soul listens to the love, strength, determination, and hope that bid it come. Vocation is not a title, a role, a job, or an occupation. It's the quiet yes whispered to the soul. Your life never stops speaking to you. Listen for the sounds of the creation of a life that matters. Now more than ever, listen to the voice of spirit that lies within and allow it to express in, through, and as you. Yeah. Oh. Listen to the life, the voice that wants to be expressed, the life that wants to be expressed, the energy that's yearning to be expressed through you. I've talked about this before, but when you walk down the street and you see something, you say, somebody ought to do something, that is your sign from your soul that you're somebody. This is your thing to do something about. This is it, this right here. This thing that says, oh wow, something needs to happen, is you being called to a work that matters, that is larger than you are, that is more than you thought about. And Stephen Pressfield, who's written a variety of many different books, he wrote Bagger Vance, but he also wrote The War of Art and a few other amazing philosophical things. Fear is a good sign. The more scared you are of a work or calling, the more sure we can be that we have to do it. The more this scares me, the more I know it's mine. That's not a good feeling. I want it to go, I want it to slide on like a kid glove. I want it to be smooth and easy and no exercise or any hard. No, I need to be scared. I need to be, oh gosh, if it doesn't make your palms sweat, it's not big enough for you. It's not good enough for you. This is where we're at right here. When we're creating a life that matters, we're creating a life that calls us out of who we've been sitting in our little teeny tiny box and asks us to be more, to be greater than. How we do anything, this is one of the rules of life. How we do anything is how we do everything. How I deal with my dishes, how I deal with the clutter on my desktop, how I deal with whatever I'm doing is how I deal with life in general. And how I live today is how I'm living my life. So I need to be awake and aware to the whole idea that I am telling myself who I am with everything that I do. There is a statement, how do you behave when no one is watching? Well, the thing of it is, there's never nobody watching because you're there. And you see what you're doing. And what you do when no one else is around tells you who you think you are. It tells you who you think you are. And so what I want us to look at is the whole idea that we have a bigger idea around us and for us and through us. There's so many wonderful quotes this week. It was like last week I said I had so many quotes I could talk for 2 hours. I could probably talk for about 3 more today, and I'm not going to do that. But I want to quote Parker Palmer because the woman who did the outline this week quoted quite a bit Parker Palmer. And there's a wonderful book, and I'm not sure we have it in the bookstore, but it's called Let Your Life Speak. And it's a fabulous, fabulous book by Parker Palmer. It's called Let Your Life Speak. Parker Palmer, before you tell your life what you intend to do with it, listen for what it intends to do with you. Before you tell your life what truths and values you have decided to live up to, let your life tell you what truths you embody, what values you represent. Each day is an opportunity for us to embark on a personal journey and to make meaning in our lives, whether it's professional, whatever arena we are in. We have to begin an inward journey. Who is it that I am? Not what did my folks tell me I should be, not did my favorite teacher say I ought to go into, not what do my friends think I ought to be doing, or my family, or anyone else. What do I want to do? I remember, 35 years ago, when I was newly divorced, literally going through my apartment, living on my own for the first time in my life. I went from living with my mom to renting a room in college to living with my husband to, at 37, finally being, oh, I live alone now. And I didn't know who Linda was. I didn't know what she liked. I didn't know what she wanted to do. Because my whole life had been constructed around other people's voices and other people's opinions and other people's needs. And I think I was ripening myself for the work of becoming a minister, because it was doing the deep soul searching of who am I and why am I here? What am I doing here? What is it that's mine to do? What do I really like to do? Do I like to do this because I like to do it, or because my grandparents told me I was good at it and I ought to do it? Or, and there were some of the things stayed because I really did like them, and some of them fell away. But if we don't do that, at some point in our lives, whether it's 35 or 75 or 95, we have to decide whose life is it that I am living. And I have to live that life, and I have to bring the gifts that I brought with that and bring those things forth. Let that be the thing where when it's use me, oh God, I stand for you. Show me what's mine to do, but what's mine to do are the gifts that I bring, because God needs us to shine the light. The light that we are shining is the light that we've been given, the things that we've gotten through both our gifts and our wounds. In some wounds, there are gifts that teach us how to be healers, to teach us how to be there for people who are now newly going through something we went through 30 years ago. We can be there for someone because we have experience in that. We often need children around us to teach us how to be in wonder again. Because we've been so busy being grown-ups, we forget how to be curious. We forget how to wonder what things are about. There is in the Gospel of Thomas, which is one of those books that was discovered long after Constantine assembled the Bible. It was discovered in the Nag Hammadi scripts in the 50s and 60s, and it was almost completely in its entirety. And it is brilliant in what it has to offer, the Gospel of Thomas. But this particular quote from it just was one of those that made the hairs on my arms stand up and a little chill go down my spine. If you bring forth what is within you, what you bring forth will save you. If you do not bring forth what is within you, what you do not bring forth will destroy you. And when you get into studies on what this means, it means both our gifts, what is within us are our gifts and our wounds. In doing shadow work, we know we have to bring forth and embrace the wound and take it as part of ourselves and love it back into wholeness with us. We also need to bring our gifts up and love them. And sometimes what we think are our shadows and our broken places are really our gifts. And so I want to ask everybody, let's do the inner work so that we can bring it forth in doing the outer work of bringing who we are into this world to shine our lights, to shine the light of Spirit, to be who we came here to be, to give the gift that is ours to give. Because we have to be the ones. We are the cavalry coming over the hill. Each one of us is our own cavalry. Each one of us is our own Redeemer. Each one of us is our own Savior. Mary Oliver, be determined to do the only thing you can do. Determined to save the only life you can save. Be. We're not talking about doing. We're talking about being. Because when we be who we came here to be, we will know exactly what is ours to do. But not a moment sooner. All the doing in the world will not make us a being. We're already that. We need to understand what it is. We need to embrace that. We need to encourage and love that. And then let go. And let Spirit help us create a life that matters. You matter. Every one of you. From the tiny guy to the eldest of us, here and up home. We matter simply because we are. There's nothing we can do to earn the grace that is already ours. I wish you could feel how much I love you. I'm going to call our practitioner, Reverend Trish, up to do a blessing of the offering. Then we'll sing the offering song, and then we have another song by our house band.
So for the last an hour and 15 minutes, you had the privilege and the pleasure of getting lots and lots of tools to use to improve your life or to expand your life or to change your life. You've had lots of seeds given to you, and now it's all up to you to plant them. With the music that we've had, the words you've heard, and the feelings that you've received as you've opened yourself up to all that's been presented, now we have an opportunity of saying thank you for it. For saying thank you for all of the gifts that you've received this morning. So I'm going to ask you to check in with your heart and see how you feel about what you're doing and how you're doing it, and how much you really appreciate it, and are you actually showing that appreciation. So as you hold your gift in your hand, if you have it so, just know with me that the words that I speak are your words, that the I that I speak about is you. I know that as I hold my gift, as I feel my gift, as I open myself to a larger expression of my love and appreciation for all of the tools and seeds that I've received today, that I give it as a way of gifting back from who I am to what I am growing and becoming. I know that as I give, I do receive, and it is my way of saying thank you for how blessed I am for all the blessings that have been in my life, that are currently there, and that are still to come. In anticipation of all of those things, I let go and I give in the way in which I can. Financially, kindness, joyfulness, compassion, and just being there and being a better, bigger, larger me. Right here and right now, I say thank you, thank you, thank you, knowing that it is true that God is the source of all my good, and so it is. So it is.
Everything in this world goes around, flowing with abundance, it knows no bounds. Giving and receiving, we circulate the love with gratitude and knowing there's always enough. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks for this offering. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks for everything. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks with this offering. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks for everything. And so it is. And now we are even more grateful and thankful because we have another song by the house band. Give it up!
slideshow sometimes when we've got musicians going on, and it lets you see all the photos that you see in the slideshows when we do our meditations and other things are from you guys. Bruce Fingerhood, Sharon McMahon, Carol Angus's daughter, Christina Yop, bunches of people, Dee Hill, have all done some of the pictures that we have in there, and it's just such fun to be able to showcase the artists that we have in this community. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you. For those of you at home who are wondering, Hausband is the kind of a German joke. That's what we are sort of calling the house band. And so online it says Hausbnd, and it's actually probably should be Hausband, but anyway. But anyway, it's not a misspelling. It's just a nod to our team and thanking them for the great work that they do. And I have such fun when Paul is here because I never know whether he's going to bring Carlos Santana or Wes Montgomery or who with him, and it's just fun to see his interpretations on things. So we're running a little late, and that's okay. It's all just time. It's all just stuff. It's all relative, as we are known. But I want to do the announcements today, and there are so many of them. There are so many wonderful things happening in the next 3-4 weeks. We just need to run. Okay, this is working. I don't know which mic I'm at. I guess I'm at this one. Men's Coffee, Tuesdays at 30 at 5th Street Market, Alon Brothers Coffee. They're having 5 to 6 people every week. If you are a guy and you're available at 10:30 on a Tuesday morning, pop over to 5th Street Market and join the guys for a conversation. The Deep Creativity by Victor Shamus is now in our bookstore. The books are available for $20 each. If you purchase one, please write your email address on the little sheet. It is there with them, because Victor is going to do an online Zoom meeting with everybody who buys the book. Not a single meeting, but a meeting with everybody to kind of go over some of the stuff he wished he'd covered before he wrote it. So it will be kind of fun, and it's free and just for the price of buying the book. This Friday night, Kathy Day, woohoo, is going to be doing a movie night here at the center. Doors open at 6:30. Bring snacks to enjoy if you would like some snacks. At 6:45, there will be a short feature, and at 7 p.m., the full movie, which is the Tao of Quantum Physics. And it's going to be see the movie and then stay after for a brief discussion about what it is and how it works. Asking for a love offering of $10, but that, whatever you can do is fine. Just show up and be in community. Then every Saturday we're doing lawn cleanup. I want to acknowledge Julie Thomason for the work that she's been doing. I know yesterday Linda Lundry Starr was over in this section here on Rustic and cleaned up that whole flower bed. If you look on our Facebook group, there's a photo of all the work she did there. And that's going to be every Saturday till the workshop, till the retreat. On the 21st of September, International Day of Peace Taizé, again, Kathy Day, we need to find her something to do because she's not doing enough. Kathy Day will be leading, and her husband Dwayne will be doing a Taizé service here at 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Music, readings, meditations on September 21st is part of the solstice and the International Day of Peace. So the theme will be on peace. And then we are going to be having a bake sale in 2 weeks on the 25th to help raise money, to do a little more cleanup and get some ground cover and things for the yard. And so if you're a baker, if you like to bake cookies or cupcakes, or I'm going to make my plum meringue pie because I got some fresh plum juice this year, and I make a plum meringue pie that is probably the best thing you've had in a long time. Yeah. And I expect good bids on that. But anyway, we'll be having that on the 25th, right after the service. It'll only take about 10 minutes, so we'll be done before noon. So come, bring your baked goods. Let's play together and raise some money to do some stuff in the garden. And registration starts this week. Donna Starr is doing a class on consciousness and the creative process. It's about creativity and how creativity works through us. It'll be using Thomas Troward's book, and it's a new rework of the class. Even if you've taken the class in the past from before me, it's no longer an 8-week class, it's a 6-week class, and it's going to be done online and in person. Here she's going to be in the social hall, and we're hoping by then, by the time she starts in October, to have the big TV up so that we'll be able to have online, and we're just becoming so with it and techy, it's just kind of scary. So anyway, registration will start this week. Watch your newsletter. Annual conference, 14th through 16th of October. I told you there was a bunch of stuff. I told you there was a whole bunch of stuff. Please sign up for the annual conference. It is an amazing experience. There are amazing. Alice Reed, who is the treasurer of the Home Office Organization and is an amazingly spiritual and loving individual. Mike McMorrow from Southern California, who wrote the book, The Blue Collar Spirituality. Savannah Noel from Portland or from Seattle, and David Robinson from Olympia, and I can't remember, but they're all amazing, and the music team is fabulous. $150 for the weekend. It's speakers Friday night, speakers Saturday morning, workshops all Saturday afternoon, speakers Saturday night, and music the whole darn time, and then a hoo-ha celebration on Sunday morning. Get here early Sunday morning because it's going to be standing room only. You know, we're going to have the band, everybody here, so it's going to be great. So sign up, get your money in, get your tickets bought, and get ready. And then Sandy Chavez group, The Mysticism of Global Awareness, for those of us of a certain age who consider ourselves not necessarily elders, but wise folks, sages and crones and that sort of thing. They're going to be meeting, doing a book discussion group on not about the horrible stuff about growing old, but the beautiful wisdom part of growing old. And that's going to be starting Tuesday, October 4th at the center from 1 to 3. If you have questions about any of these activities, check our website, cslugene.org, and just start playing. And we can always use more help. We can use help as greeters. We can use help in the bookstore. We can use help in the office. We can use help in the production room. We can use help we can use song leaders. We can use all kinds of stuff. We love y'all. And the featured artists, you may notice we have different art this month. They are the beloved Ellen Gabehart got these people. Meredith Farrell and Kimmer Morrison put up all of this artwork, and we'll be having this for the next couple of months. So this will be here through the conference and everything. This will be our display work, but they're lovely people.
They're my best friends.
They're Ellen's best friends. So there we go. So I think, yeah, all right. So really short intro of the practitioners. Yeah, and knowing better.
See. Okay, so you know that what practitioners are. We're spiritual counselors, and we're here to know the truth for you when you can't remember it for yourself. We'll have people standing on each one of those windows. I will be over here. We all have our badges, and if we don't, if there's somebody standing at the window, know that they are the ones that you walk up to. If they're smiling at you, that's the one you talk to. Okay, if they're not smiling, that's not who you want to talk to. Thank you so much for being here today. We know that it's, I certainly believe that wherever we are is exactly where we need to be with doing exactly what we need to do with the right and perfect people. So thank you for coming and spending your time with me. I appreciate it. So let's stand and sing.
I know.
Let there be peace on earth and let it begin
with
me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God
choose, please repeat after me. I'm letting my life speak.
I'm letting my life speak.
And I'm letting my light shine.
And I am letting my light shine.
And so it is.
So it is.